Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, after our short break, I promised you it would be a short break. We're going to have compLexity and LG. It's on Cobblestone. Once again, Mega Man and Moses bringing you guys the action for ESL ESEA Pro League Season 2. And this should be a hell of a matchup.
Yeah, probably the
Match of the night?
Yeah, you could say that. The headliner, if you will. It's the last match of the evening. It's the #1 seed of the division right now with compLexity off to a hot start, and then Luminosity, who just even despite being a little bit lower on the standings, you just know that they're just a really, really solid team. We just saw them earlier tonight just, beat up on Conquest a little bit on Mirage. This is going to be on Cobble, another map that they have been good on in the past, but has kind of waned just a little bit as of late.
Well, I think some of the teams that they've been playing against on this map have kind of, learned it. Obviously, it was a little bit lackadaisical on the SCII, on the North American side as far as that learning curve was concerned. The North American teams didn't really pick it up as quickly, and now I think that they're a little bit more comfortable playing on this map. So, kind of close that gap a little bit. But I expect this to be a good matchup. I'm really looking forward to this one. Obviously, compLexity, like you said, the #1 team in the North American division right now, off to a very hot start, and we'll see if they can continue to capitalize on that against a team like Luminosity. So this should be a hell of a matchup here on Cobble.
Yeah, and compLexity. I mean, this is the last time we saw them on Cobble. With I don't know if it was last week or maybe the week before that. They didn't look super strong on it. It was a very close match. I think they won it in overtime. So, I mean, it's not exactly the strongest map for them, and this is interesting because this is Warden. I've been talking to him a bunch recently because he's moved into this full-time coaching role for the compLexity lineup. So he's in the server, he's calling strats for them both sides of the map, and he said he's loving it right now. So that's been a big change for them, is now they no longer, I mean, Valens doesn't have to call anything. All he has to do is worry about fragging because Warden's taking care of all that.
Yeah, we've actually seen Valens in the past couple of weeks really step his game up and do a bit of heavy fragging. So it's a nice thing to see. But compLexity is going to be able to take that knife round. So we'll see what side they favor, because you still consider this map to be T-sided. We'll see if they decide to start off on T-side or if they're just going to stick to the CT side. And we'll have to see. It looks like they are just going to stay on CT side. So. And in your eyes, the less favorable side, I still think that this is a pretty even map across the board. 9-6, 8-7 could go either way.
Oh, yeah. I never said it wasn't even. I just said it has more of a terrace lean to it.
Okay. All right, man. I'm not here to argue with you, Moses. I'm here to spread the love, brother.
Just saying.
It's cool. Just saying. Roka with the rainbow daggers. He's going to get boosted up here in pistol round. A bold strategy to go forth in the pistol round. I like this a lot, actually, because he's going to be able to get in their face. Look at 3 LG members are all watching that, and he made a footstep, too. And he's going to peek out, and he actually drops the bomb carrier. And we've talked about Roka and his pistol work in the past, and he's going to start things off in a pretty solid fashion.
Yeah, I mean, even just astounding he gets that kill. Either way, they're going to stream out into this B bomb site. Automatic is gooshed up, and his teammates are all falling inside the bomb site, so he's feeling very lonely in the chicken coop. Even Colts falls, and Automatic's the last one to do it, but the initial kill goes the way of Roka, and then Fur just goes to work. 4 kills for him on the pistol round.
He was spinning around every which way, just popping dome skis. That was a beautiful job there from Fur. He pushed his smoke. I like that 180 that he got on the Roka at the double doors, but Fur starting off absolutely monstrous in this matchup. And 5 MAC-10s for LG in the anti-eco round. I love it.
Yeah, this is great. This is good stuff, and it's just going to be, I would assume it's just going to be full-on aggression. That decoy throws Roka off just a little bit. He's about to get swarmed. He doesn't even know it's about to come his way. He has a flashbang in his hand, just waiting for any footstep. He throws it now. He swings out, but he gets the kill on the Fur. Nice adjustment, but he does get traded off immediately. And one player over at the B bomb site held him just long enough for these members of A to get up the ramp before the rotations came in. Valens is watching this, the hole that you can crawl through, and the vents does get broken open, but still, MAC-10's everywhere. I mean, this armorless compLexity is just about to get mowed down.
And there's 1. There's 2. And still looking for some more action is going to be Sanks and Automatic, who are maybe just looking to hang on to their pistols for the next round, but the 5 MAC-10 setup, and it pays off. And Cold, he's got to be the top MAC-10 player in North America.
I would assume that's some kind of like a demo watch. I mean, Fallen very well known for watching a lot of demos, and they've noticed a trend of compLexity not buying armor in the second rounds, and they're just like, screw it. Like, if we don't have to worry about armored, 5.7s, if we don't have to worry about scouts, we're just going to go Mac 10s and run you guys over.
Yeah, every time you get a kill with an SMG that's not a P90 now, they need to change the sound effect for the headshots. Instead of it being like a goosh sound effect, it just needs to be like a cash drawer opening.
Yeah, either way, Fur's all the way up at 5,500 right now. I think he was the one who fell in that round, but either way,
he didn't even get a kill.
Yeah, they passed him over the Mac 10, and Cold actually picks up the 5.7, which is a little bit. I don't know why they would do that, but either way, strong pistol, and they know it's going to be a save round moving forward. So, still heavy advantage for LG. A lot of them are going to have to upgrade in these next few rounds, though.
Yeah, rightfully so, but not really expending any of that income into this round. You can see the lowest player is going to be falling at 25.50. So I think honestly, Cold's probably staying on that 5.7 just to drop an AWP next round for Fallen. That's my synopsis of the situation. But you can see Fur already just 2 frags. He's feeling it right now, Moses. He's feeling it. Yeah,
he's having a good time. The automatic's going to push up over towards B. There is one over watching, or no, he's actually down the drop zone. But this mid flank is coming in from Automatic and Roka, but, no one from, there's Bolts. He comes out of those halls. He just mows down Roka. Still one more there. Sanks grabs a kill over towards the B-bomb side. Automatic gets a kill on a steal. With these Mac 10s, it's not a huge deal. It's still $1,000 you have to reinvest into armor, but really stabilizing pretty well, and Sanks is eventually going to get a kill on the Cold, so there's a Mac 10 kill for him, so he's getting some money in the bank. He's up to 4,000.
He's actually in a pretty good spot. This flash just lingers a little bit too long, and Bolts is going to come around the corner and take him down. But nevertheless, that isn't a bad eco round showing from compLexity, and you can see Sanks picking up the AWP, tossing it over to Simphis. So they're going to have that firepower. And let's see what they do on the LG side. You've still got Bolts with the Mac 10, drops it for the AK, Fallen on a Mac 10. He's got 6,400. He goes for the AK as well. So it's going to be a rifle-on-rifle buy with Simphis, the lone scoped player. And he's just going to take it down middle.
Well, and Simphis last season was a beast with the op, and he's been doing really, really well with it this season also. He was the top fragger last season because of his play with the AWP, so he's transitioned into the sniper role pretty well. But right now, he's just going to fall off. He smokes off those mid doors. They don't feel a lot of pressure, so he has no issue isolating Roka here and rotating over. But coming down dropper, a couple members from LG, 4 members above drop. They haven't committed to it quite yet, but they're flashing Fern to clear things out for him. Now that they have drop, the question is, where do they go? Because compLexity has complete control of the B platform.
Yeah, but that's the big thing, too, is you've also got Simphis that's playing inside of that door at the A bomb site, just watching for these players to filter out from drop. And now it looks like they are going to be going for that hit onto the B bomb site, and you can see Sanks, he's already lined up and ready for it. Fallen's going to be able to burn one alive on the backside of the platform. And now the peek comes out. They double peek, one from Chicken Coop, one from close. And that's going to be Valence to actually fall. So the trade's going in favor of LG to start off this first gun round in Cold. He's just playing this lurk roll over by drop. He's going to throw the smoke out. The bomb plan is going to come in, and it's going to be a man advantage on the retake. And Simphis, he has yet to do anything with the op, and this is going to be a field day for Cold. He's going to find the first one, drops a Molotov as well, and Simphis right around that corner. It does land the shot onto Cold, but he's still got a long ways to go, and with Fallen being so close, he's going to be able to take him down, and he doesn't even opt to go for the AWP.
Yeah, that just tells me that LG, their tactics for this map, they want to be very, very aggressive, very mobile. If Fallen's not picking it up on the T side, maybe he just doesn't like it on the T side. It's just not how they really want to play. So actually, that round, I was about to bring it up. You touched on it. Is Simphis didn't shoot a bullet with that AWP until it was a 2-on-3 with the bomb planted, and he just kind of shot a guessing bullet through smoke. So that's a big investment to have 0 impact on the round. And Luminosity's now up 4-0. And they're going to be very aggressive over towards this B bomb site. They switched it up. Valence, he pop flashes drop, but he can't find anything, and they're already inside the bomb site. So the bomb's going to be coming, and the stack's over at A. So this is a free plant, basically a free round for LG.
That smoke that Fallen through at the beginning of the round, all the way from T-spawn, landed right outside of the statue in that B bomb site. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm not sure if I could ever line that one up again, but he threw it all the way just barely outside of T-spawn, on the left-hand side by where the big tree is there behind the boulders, just lined it up towards the sky and threw it right over the wall, and it just landed right next to where the tree is to block off any players that are playing from the rock in that B-bomb site and any players that are playing from the drop side. And by the time that smoke blooms, they're already down through that B hallway, so it just blooms right when they're jumping into the site and just cordons off that area. That was a beautiful smoke from Fallen.
You are all about that.
It was great. I mean, I followed it. I was actually stuck on that smoke the entire time because I wanted to see where it was going.
Just admiring the smoke, baby.
I was miring, man. I was miring hard.
I'm going to
and it
get
was a
stuck on this
glorious
smoke,
thing.
and I don't even care.
I didn't. It was an eco round.
Sempus is back up to that AWP. The rest of them have full kits, basically. They got 3 Molotovs as well, so they can slow down some of this very mobile, very aggressive play LG's been breaking out. But they've got to start stabilizing. Down 0-5 right now. Very, very similar. Although 4 players over. This is very fast down drop. Valens gets 1, but he can't do anything after that. They're not committed to this B bomb site, but a 1-for-1 trade. Steel's getting into a little bit of a battle over towards mid. It's just Roka isolated here. And already one member of LG is halfway up these A halls, so he's going to start feeling some pressure pretty soon.
And I really like the off play now. They've gone a little bit more mobile. They put Simphus over in the B bomb site, but again, he has yet to rattle off a shot with that up. You know, we talked about it before. This heavy investment, you got to be able to utilize it. You got to be able to find these kills, and for it to come down to a situation where your team's only got a man advantage, even if they hit into that A bomb site, you can see Roka. He's playing this one smart. Actually, he's going to be able to flank him out. He spots the backside of that player over there by the long halls at A. I don't think he's going to get there in time, and Fallen's going to capitalize on automatic. So it's a 3-on-3 retake into this A-bomb site, and again, Simphus caught with his pants down in the B-bomb site with that AWP. He hasn't been effective with it just yet. So I think I might like to see him pick up a rifle.
Yeah, the question is how fast are they going to notice Roka's on the flank, and they trade him off. That's crucial. Now they have a shot into this round 2-on-2. That op still hasn't fired a bullet. Really difficult to manage on retakes, and what is Simphus going to do? He does nothing. He gets dropped by Fallen. Steel wins that round. Great situational to win for Luminosity with Roka flanking. And compLexity coming out flat here. They're down 0-6.
Yeah, and again, it's like we touched on. There it is, the AWP coming out again for Simphus. 3 mag 7s. Maybe a little bit of aggression on drop from the CT side of compLexity. I'd like to see it. I think that they could maybe capitalize on those mag 7s at close range, but they're going to put the op in Simphus' hands again. I don't like this call. He's fired 1 bullet from an op 2 different times and has gotten nothing out of it.
Well, if these Max 7s can do some work up close, it'll give the op a chance to get some long-range kills, maybe spread out this attack on Luminosity. Either way, Simphus gets boosted up. Luminosity is a team with some solid executions. I would expect them to Molotov this position out. Once the smoke clears, 1 actually dies in the smoke. 1 gets thrown out over towards the awning there, but Simphus still sticking around, and he finds 1, jumps up on the bench, gets bolts. Gets gooshed a little bit, but he's staying aggressive. He's staying up on this. He's going to take a pop flash from his teammates right in the face. Can't peek with it, but still. A lot of pressure over towards this B platform from Luminosity. Simphus is going to have more of a chance.
Nope. Cole just completely destroys him with a nice headshot from the AK, and that's another player that's really scary when he's playing well. Automatic goes and picks up the op. He's a capable AWP player himself. He's going to fall all the way back towards the A-bomb site, actually. And there it is. Valens jumping up, going to find Fur. That push is coming in towards the B-bomb site, and they've left Sanks all by his lonesome.
Yeah, he's close up with that Max 7, but he gets blinded. Now he's forced back, and he actually tries. He comes back, he stays close, he gets a kill, gets a second one. Nicely done from Sanks, jumping, trying to get a 3rd kill. But he's going to have to reload, but his teammates are now here to cover for him. So Fallen in a really tough spot. It's going to be the op that finally cleans it up. compLexity get their first round, trade out some of those shotguns for AK-47s. Good round from compLexity on a very, very sketchy buy.
And sketchy isn't even the half of it. 3 mag 7s going into a gun round against the full AK onslaught. And now we see Fallen actually picking up the AWP for Luminosity. So maybe he was just going, all right, I'm going to rifle until we lose a round. Now that they've lost it, he's going to have the AWP. He's got plenty of money in the bank as he's sitting at 1950. So, but this is actually going to get a little scary for LG, though, to be honest with you. And Simphus getting aggressive in A halls pays for it with his life. Flashbang already through the smoke. That's going to be bolts. He doesn't spot the feet of automatic, but there it is. He lines it up and does manage to take him down. So 2-man swing already in this round for LG.
Yeah, and that's brutal. Right back at the good nade from Valens brings down bolts, but throwing some smokes and some flashbangs over. Cold's going to see what he can find. They're not committed quite yet, even though Sank's playing up close. He's going to have to come up huge, and he does spray down Cold. Was not prepared for that kind of aggression. But coming down drop, they're going to pinch onto this B bomb site. Sanks has got to do some work. He Molotovs off the choke point to give himself some time, but LG just jumps right through it. They get the trade they needed. But now everyone's rotating over. Roka with a nice no-scope on the Fur. He gives himself a chance. Steel trying to get this bomb planted. Takes down Valens. That's going to give him some space to work with, but down to a one-on-one with 45 seconds left.
Yeah, and he's still got a lot of time, and he's actually going to push up here in this smoke, and he might be able to catch Roka off guard. Roka is watching for this, so he's actually going to back off here. So this is a tough spot. Oh, he makes a footstep as well. Steel lined up on it, and Steel takes him down. That's going to reset the economy again for compLexity, and they're going to be on pistols.
Yeah, that's brutal, and this just goes back straight into that Mirage match that Luminosity played on. Is they're not letting teams string rounds together, and this is the scary part. You can look at it. LG's right back on the money making mode. They get 3 back 10s this time, 2 AK-47s, and this is 5 unarmored complexity players are just going to be just money in the bank.
Hypothetically, it should be. And again, it's going to be a fast strategy towards the B bomb site. You can see they're leading the way with that MAC-10 on the back of Bolts. He's just going to go ahead and drop a smoke and a flashbang out. He's not going to push behind this. Now they know that they've got that lethal MAC-10. So, and there it is, Fur through drop. Going to find the opening pick. That's going to be the first man down in Valence. And now a lot of Molotovs coming out through the smoke. Simphis trades back, though. Cold is down. But that is only one of the MAC-10s, an automatic. He's going to get knocked down to 9 HP. So, not a great start to the round here from compLexity, but look at this flank coming out from Roka. He's all the way over by the Dragon Room, coming in towards the B main. And Sanks with a couple of nice Desert Eagle shots and giving up his position is Roka. He does manage to take down Steel, so this is a winnable round now here. Bolt's in a 1v2. He does have the AK. But a MAC-10 in the hands of Simphis, who's pushing up close on the wall. He gets found. It's taken down, 33 HP versus 76 HP, but unarmored versus armored. And the bomb is going to get planted, so scary round now. But compLexity, they could steal one away. Oh my goodness. Even closer now. Very, very close round. And there it is, Roka coming up clutch with that pistol play and that big flank. So nice job from him. He's going to get the defuse, and compLexity going to get their second round on a eco round, no armor buy.
Yeah, I mean, this time the MAC-10s just weren't able to get aggressive. They weren't able to stream into those bomb sites. They got stopped cold by compLexity and no more aggression out of them, so they couldn't really mow down the way that we saw them in the other anti-ecos. And actually, the economy looks pretty bad for Luminosity, but they do have Steel with 10,000, so he's going to be able to drop so many guns over to his teammates. So it's going to be another buy, but compLexity on the verge of breaking the economy of Luminosity here. That could get him right back into this half.
It could. But we'll see whether or not they can actually execute it here against another full gun round of the Luminosity side. 2 Galeals, but they go for the full nade kits over the firepower, so it's still a very, very healthy buy from LG. Now a money reset again right here would be a complete... I mean, this would be really, really difficult for them to come back from. And look at these nades! Oh my god! 8 combined health for Simphis and Valence after 2 nades. That's just a horrible start.
I mean, kudos to them for even staying on this boost. I would be getting the hell out of there at the moment. But Simphis with the op, I mean, it doesn't matter if he's got 1 HP or 7 HP or 100 HP. That one shot with the AWP, Ferg gets caught off guard by it, and he falls.
Yeah, he's got to be thinking, what the hell are they still doing here at this point? Wondering whether or not they did a late boost or what they decided to do. But that bomb still favoring towards the B bomb site. It's on the back of Steel. He's trying to make his way through this smoke. They're all clumped up, but they're going to send 3 members, maybe 4 members actually down through drop. Nice Molotov around the corner is going to burn a little bit of health off of Cold. So he's down to 12 HP. So this round is anybody's ball game at this point.
Yeah, the big X factor right now is Fallen, who's kind of pushed up all the way in these A halls, and he hasn't been spotted quite yet. Roka doesn't know he's there. Valence has 1 HP, and he's the one who's going to have to get into the battle with him eventually. But with only 1 health, yeah, this angle might be good for him, but he looks away at the wrong moment. He comes into the bomb site completely backwards. Now he knows he's getting pinched, but he's so scared to commit to that bomb or that fight. So now Roka, he's on the ramp, and he's got a lot of work to do. Simphis chimes in with the op, brings it down to a 4-on-2. Sanks kills off Cold, and bomb at least does get planted, but Bolts has a lot of work to do, and he's tucked right into this crawl space. But he's surrounded. And now he's found. And now he's dead.
Well played. So compLexity going to pick up their 3rd round, and they're trying to stabilize that economy. Double scope setup on the CT side. I'm not really sure I'm a big fan of this right here. But Simphis finally finding his stride with that AWP. He's going to pick up 3 frags in that round, so finally finding his mojo. And he got all 3 of those kills with 7 HP, so kudos to him. Big balls for going for those peaks and finding those kills.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is the thing. We didn't see Luminosity broken on Mirage. Now they finally have been. They do pick up some armor, a bunch of utility, and some upgraded pistols. We saw how dangerous this was on Mirage. Can they do the same thing on Cbble? Because that would be miraculous, and that would get them, you know, if they can pull out this round, especially with 2 ops. I mean, if they get into this bomb site, automatic coming from A is going to have limited effect. Simphis, if he gets smoked out and blinded, he's going to have limited effect. So a lot is going to be put onto Sanks here, who's playing over at the statue. Him and Valence are going to have to come up huge for his team. Because they actually have 2 ops now in this bomb site as this attack streams in.
Oh, Steele. Positional awareness. He gets himself through the smoke. Not able to get the no-scope off in time. But that bomb is going to get planted. Pushing through the smoke is going to be automatic. It's a nice flick onto Fallen. I actually saw that from third person. That was a nice shot. And nade comes out, rocks Bolt's world, and that's going to be cold in a one versus many situation. Missing the first shot is automatic. Walls him with a second. And there you go. Roka finishes him off. The defuse comes out in complexity. It looked like it could have been scary there at the beginning, but nevertheless, it is going to be a fourth round on the board for him.
Yeah, smart play with that execution come in. They know they have two ops, and they just say, all right, we're going to play this passively. We're not going to try and push through this wall of smokes. Just let them get the bomb plant. Don't give up the round, and we'll win after all the smoke's clear. That's exactly what they did. So nice management by complexity there on the defense. Up to 4 rounds on their CT half, so it looked grim when they were down, 7-1, but they've run 3 straight out, 3 defuses as well. I mean, that's also a big thing to notice is that, there's a lot of money coming in for LG on these plants.
Yeah, and that's really the biggest part of this right now is that even when their economy is down, they're doing everything in their power to get that economy back up. I mean, you saw the 3 MAC-10 buy and ended up losing the round, but here you go. Automatic going to get very aggressive. Fur manages to find one over by drop as well, so it's a 1-for-1 trade. And Roka, he actually pushes long A, so he knows that the hit is completely over, isolated in this B bomb state, so they're going to rotate as much firepower as they can, but Simphis finds one as Fur finds his second. Now Fur coming from behind. Simphis, nice shot, automatic with the AWP. He's going to be able to find Fallen, and he takes down Steel as well. So complexity decisively take their 5th round.
Yeah, and the big difference in this turn of events here, where complexity has won 4 straight, is brought it up a couple times at the beginning of this half, is the ops on the complexity side weren't doing anything for the first 6-7 rounds of this half, and now throughout this win streak, we just saw all 5 kills go the way of oppers. So I mean, now finally, all this investment into these sniper rifles it's yielding results for complexity, and they're back to winning. So 4 rounds straight for them. It's a good half now with 5.
Yeah, and really that's the thing. They were in such a dire money situation early on in this half. It looked like it could have been an 11-4, 12-3 style half. And now they're on the verge of cracking this one open and maybe taking an 8-7 lead into the second half of this matchup. So not a bad recoveries thus far for complexity, but you can see Bolts, he's just going to be harassing over here at B. But look at this. The bomb has worked its way in through drop, and they're just going to get a free plant in A. What the hell kind of defense was that at B? Nobody watching drop at all. They have to be so passive because of that double scope setup that they just yielded the entire drop zone, and just the B split to A just works perfect.
Yeah, well, at least it gets in the plant, unless something crazy happens from one of these Tech 9s, which is entirely possible. They've got 3 members left in the bomb site. 2 of them stream out. They combine to kill Roka, but that exposes them to Simphis, and Fur gets 2. So down to a 2-on-3, but not enough health left on Fur and Cold to really take any kind of a battle, so the defuse is going to happen. But you're right. I mean, free plant, not a huge issue because this money bonus is building up as they've lost these rounds. They're not at a full money bonus. So the plant, I mean, they're going to be buying next round anyways. That $800 isn't going to be too much because they would have been able to get whatever they wanted. But still, that is a lot of bodies to devote towards an A push, aggression down mid, and in those halls, that drop is just completely exposed like that. If that had been a gun round, that would have been a nightmare.
Oh, absolutely. And the other side of it, too, is, you saw Fallen. He started off this matchup at 7-1 when he was rifling. Since he's picked up the AWP, he's gone 2-6 for the remainder of this half. So not exactly the late half play that he's looking for. And, Fur takes a little bit of molly damage there, but they're going to boost up, and Automatic's going to hit that shot. Simphis, again, these ops now finally waking up. Like we talked about a couple of rounds ago, Simphis and Automatic have been doing work late in this half. You can see Sank's still the top fragger at 14-8, but Automatic 10-7, Simphis 10-11. They're really bringing this one back now for complexity, and you can see it full force as they've won 5 rounds in a row.
Yeah, just such a tough spot for LG to be in. Starting a lot of these rounds off in hugely disadvantageous situations. They're down 3 players now. Roka finds one, but before a minute and 15 even chimes on the clock, they're down in a 5-on-3. So it's all down to Simphis and Automatic starting to nail these shots down, locking down these bomb sites. And look at the 2 remaining players from LG. I mean, they can't even group up to try and go for any kills to try and commit to a bomb site. They have to just do individual plays. Steel gets one over at the A, and he falls back with it. That splits the defense to do a 2-on-2 situation, but still, 35 seconds left. They've got to pick up the bomb and commit somewhere. Steel's got to get another kill. He's not sure there's one right on the other side of this wall. He might actually hear Simphis. Simphis is the one who's not aware of it, so he gets picked off. Steel making some plays right now, and Connector is smoked off, so actually this could be an avenue into the bomb site, and if Valence gets taken out, this could be a very scary round for complexity all of a sudden.
They're going to get that bomb plant over in that A bomb site, and now Steel playing a very advantageous position here underneath of where that heaven spot is. You can see if they even go for the dropout, he's going to be on the prowl. They double peak. Beautiful job from compLexity, able to solidify that 7th round now. So 7-7 is going to be your scoreline. compLexity really making a rout of this late in the first half, and that's not going to do well for the economy for the LG side. They should be able to muster some sort of a buy out of this, but compLexity looking really good to take an advantage into the second half.
Yeah, it'll be a full buy with the losing bonus in that bomb plant. I mean, you have to look at this too. 5 of the last 6 rounds have been the bomb plant for Luminosity. Now, some of those rounds have been half buys, and they haven't all been just complete ecos or full buys, but they've put themselves in some good spots to win out these rounds. They haven't been able to do it. And now Roka, he says, you guys are having all the fun with the sniper rifle. I'm going to pick up the auto sniper. He's bringing that over towards the B bomb. So he's been playing A this whole time, but Luminosity switched things up. 4 members over towards long A halls.
And Simphus here in mid trying to peek up over top of the smoke. Actually spots one in mid, legs fallen. Takes him down to 16 points of health to start off this last round of the first half, but it's just going to be a brawl over here in this A-bomb site, and you can see Simphus playing very deep, back by himself. He's going to be looking for anybody to step a toe into his territory in that A-bomb site, and that's where 4 out of the 5 members of the LG squad are. Molotov around the corner, that's a good molly. That should hold him back for a little while, as well as that flash going around. And there it is, automatic with the peak. He's going to be able to find 2, 3. Simphus going to be able to chime in with 1, and this round is over. compLexity going to take the lead into the second half, 8-7, unless Bolts has some Brazilian magic in him.
I mean, this is unbelievable, this turn of events that's happened in this half. 7-1 at one point for Luminosity. And the compLexity wins the half 8-7. So 7 straight for compLexity, and that's beautifully done. And now, like, I mean, I'm the one who believes it's a T-sided map, and all of a sudden compLexity has the advantage in their T-side, so that's looking good for them. And we've kind of seen this all season. compLexity, for whatever reason, has started out slow in a bunch of matches. They've made a couple comebacks, but also, I mean, they've won a lot of close matches in overtime. And this is a team that's kind of starting now, you know, figure out how to make these adjustments in the mid half. Maybe that's Warden's influence as a coach and a caller. But I mean, this is a team that's kind of learning how to win, and they're not giving up in any of these matchups.
No, not at all. And again, like you said, compLexity, what a recovery in that first round. I mean, they got that double up setup, and ever since then it was just frag central everywhere that they went. You know, Simphus started to light things up. Sanks very, very solid anchoring that B-bomb site almost every single time that they came over in his avenue. And Roka, again, a couple of clutch plays in that eco round that they stole away from Luminosity definitely bodes well for them moving forward in that half. So again, we'll see whether or not they can capitalize. It's all going to come down to this pistol round. Who's going to take this momentum on their second half?
Yeah, and I mean, that's the thing. LG's going to have a really, really solid defense. And it might come down to, are we going to see that switch Fallen going, you know, full-time Opera on the CT half? Does he feel like he can do some damage on the defense with it? Because, I mean, we saw what it wreaked for compLexity when they finally started going. It was just that's kind of the impetus for how they kind of strung those 7 rounds together in a row. Was so much damage done by the AWPs early on in some of these rounds that, you know, Luminosity could never get a foothold.
And on the other side of that as well, I mean, you know, you saw the double scope setup come out from both Simphus and Automatic. Are we going to see a double scope setup come out from the Luminosity side? Because obviously Cold is a very capable AWPer himself. So I'm anxious to see how they're going to decide to play this. Or is Fallen, you know, they could shy away from the scope rifle altogether. They had better success when Fallen was on a rifle versus a scoped rifle in that first half to begin with. I mean, their first 6 rounds came with Fallen not AWPing.
Yeah, and it was just, I'm so astounded that compLexity is able to win just 7 rounds straight after that start to the half. So, I mean, just very impressive stuff out of them. And, you know, we mentioned earlier in the evening, they're actually the #1 team in the league right now. Much like some of the other teams, they've played the most matches. They've played 9 matches. They're 6-3 in first place. Cloud9 and Team Liquid are both at 5-1. They've only played 6, so they have some matches to catch up on. I would imagine that they're going to catapult over compLexity very soon. But then we also mentioned Luminosity down at 3-2. They're also, you know, 3 matches below what compLexity's played, but, you know, they need to win all of them. They need to start catching up in these standings as they're playing these makeup matches.
And it starts tonight. If they can go 2-0 on the evening, that's going to put them in a pretty solid position moving forward in this season. But there's a big but on the board, and that's going to be compLexity standing in their way with the one-round advantage moving into the second half. So 8-7 your scoreline. compLexity now on the T side. Roka, Automatic, Valen, Sanks, and Symphus facing off against the LGCT side of Cold, Fallen, Fur, Steel, and Bolts. And we'll see who's going to take that advantage into this second half. Who's going to be able to pick up this pistol round and roll with a little bit of momentum? compLexity thinks it's them. They're going to go for a slow strategy in towards B as the flashbangs rain out. The smoke's also coming in. And it's just going to be a retake here from the CT side. Look at how disjointed they are in this B bomb site. compLexity's a little bit confused as to why it's so open. And there you go, Symphus draws first blood. Coming in from behind, though, is going to be Steel. They thought maybe there was going to be one in that smoke and chicken coops, but nobody's home.
No kit on the side of Luminosity right now, so they're going to have to hurry this retake up as they come streaming through drop, streaming through the door. There's Steel. He does pick one up off the dead body. He was on the ground. So nice shot from Steel. That's Roka down in the bomb site. All of a sudden looking a little bit more promising. All these compLexity members are completely spread apart. The decoy goes into the chicken coop and he gets that kill, and this defuse can be stuck. It's only automatic to protect against it, and he's trying to wheel around, but Steel's not dying quite yet. 1 second left on the defuse, and he's going to get it. Oh, what a round from Luminosity. Sanks comes in with the knife at the end because he's out of bullets, but what a magical round from Luminosity on that retake.
That was intense. That was incredibly intense. I mean, they had opportunities abound there on the compLexity side to kill that diffuser and win that round, and they just couldn't get him. Great body blocking going out from the Luminosity side as well to prevent him from falling. So, great job from Luminosity. They're going to be able to run with a little bit of momentum here into the second half, but compLexity a round that they should not have lost. Free bomb play in the B bomb site. And just lose it on the defense.
That was one of the weirder pistol rounds I've seen recently.
Agreed.
But either way, look at this buy-up from Luminosity. They've been in full farm mode this entire game, basically. Ump on Bolts, MP7 on Cold, Mag 7 on Fallen, Auto Shotty on Fur. I don't think I've ever seen a round where all 5 members had a different gun.
Yeah, the unanimous Mag 10 decision in the first half was pretty hilarious, but it is just going to push in towards
there was
A.
that round that just occurred.
There you go. The flashbang over the top actually blinds Steel, but he's going to get clairvoyance and drops the bomb carrier, but here comes Automatic. Going to be able to find 1 and 2. There's finally the UMP chimes in. That's going to be Bolts picking off the last 2. Cold was able to find Automatic as well, but a little bit of damage being done. They do salvage the M4, though, so not a big loss as far as the money game is concerned. Luminosity looking to pick up well, there's another Mag 7 on Fallen. He's going to go heavy investment. He's only got $500 left, and this is a buy out of compLexity, so that first round plant going to pay off for him here as they're trying to stop the route early in this one.
Well, we saw that triple shotgun buy from compLexity, and that was the round that really started their...
Oh, it swung the whole thing.
That's the round that really started their winning streak, which is actually, I don't think I noticed that at the time, but thinking back on it, pretty crazy. And yeah, this is going to be a tough one for them to stop. So you can see the shotguns, Fur over towards drop with the auto, followed on top of the boxes over towards B platform with the Mag 7, trying to get close range with them. But Bolts is the one with the Zump who's going to be under a lot of pressure. All 5 members for compLexity over towards this A bomb site. And when they hit, I mean, these SMGs got to do some work. Steel has the M4. He's going to nade down into connector, but here it comes. Bolts is blind. He does get some shots off, but he does a little bit of damage, but he falls basically for free. And now Steel's in a really tough spot. He can't even get back under cover. He's picked off, and they might have to save.
Yeah, unless this auto shotgun can do some work, he's going to spot Automatic over here by the doors. He's going to find a little damage onto Roka, but Symphus and Roka just annihilate him through the doors. And now Cold, he's going to get a little bit of a saving grace here, able to pick off Automatic, but it's still a 4-on-2 retake with a Mag 7 and an M4. Highly unlikely.
Yeah, there's nothing that... I mean, Fallen can't do anything. He's just got to fall back. So Cold's just trying to take some guns out of their hands, and, I mean, those rebuys into shotguns kind of decimated the economy here. I mean, Fallen and Cold will be okay, but the rest of them... I expect this would be another buy, because Fur and Bolts should be able to pick up a Famas, or it might be Fur and Steel on, some pistols or a Scout maybe. And I would expect Luminosity to buy out in this next round.
Well, we'll see if your premonitions are correct. If you've got that ESP, as they like to talk about.
Yeah, this is going to be a buy for sure.
There you go. The prophet has spoken.
But I mean, it's another. This is 3 rounds in a row now where Luminosity, with these shotguns, this isn't going to be a great buy. compLexity managed it perfectly that last round. So once again, 2 shotguns on the board for LG. They've got to be able to do some work close up before these bomb sites get taken.
And we'll have to see that. compLexity evening things back up onto a 9-9 scoreline. Looks like they were going to get a little bit aggressive over here towards the B-bomb site, but automatic getting boosted up, falling on top of the box. So they're looking for that early damage, but they're not going to find anything just yet. They left the bomb back in the B halls. 3 players over here by the long A hallways, actually one down and towards mid. So they're going to try to do a little bit of harassing here, but this force buy from LG, it's not a bad buy. You can see they do have a handful of grenades to work with. But the bomb going to get picked up and probably work towards B here.
Yeah, the big thing is both the rifles are over at this A bomb site, and pretty much everyone's out of a smoke. It's only cold over towards B with the Molotov, so he's got to time this really well when this execute comes in. Can't throw it into his smoke. He hears some footsteps, and I'm surprised that they haven't started cheating on a rotate whatsoever, but this action, this is going to be all on Fallen. Can he do damage with this Mag 7 up on top of the platform?
Well, my answer is no. He gets fully blinded. Nice pop flash from Automatic. The trade is there, though. Cold's going to find that one. Now they got to be wary of this push coming around from drop side, and Steel just gets annihilated. Sank's going to find Cold, and this bomb site's been cracked. But there it is, Bolts. He's going to be able to find one. He's going to get spotted out, though. He is playing from behind Rock, so tough spot for him to be in, and he's going to fall first. He's going to be able to find one. It's a 2v1 with 14 seconds left, so they got to get in and get that bomb plant, and they have yet to do that. 10 seconds, 9 seconds. They're going for a boost. 8 seconds, 7. But the boost pays off. And Sanks is able to find Fur, takes him down. 10-9 now for compLexity. For the second time in this matchup, they have the lead.
Yeah, that was a nice boost because that was not expected whatsoever, and both of those compLexity members were at pretty low HP, so that was some battles that could have been won in that 1-on-2. Unfortunately, it goes compLexity's way. They've won the last 2, and finally they break the economy completely for LG. No one's able to save a gun. The shotguns aren't able to come out whatsoever. That actually might be a good thing that Luminosity can't buy shotguns, because these buys early on in this half have been pretty weak. So they're going to be able to save up. And it'll be interesting to see. I mean, they're going to have a big decision in the next round. Do they want to force up, or are they just going to save one more, try and get some ops out, try and get full utilities?
All right. Obviously, the nade's going out. Cold's going to be able to find one with that CZ-75. That's Simphus down and out, but Sanks is there to return, and Sanks is having himself a pretty solid matchup with 19 and 10. Still trying to harass over here by drop. They're already working their way in, and you can see Automatic's going to come under fire. Steel's going to win that with the silent USP, so basically a freebie. And there it is, Bolts as well. So it's a man advantage now here for the, wow, the dinks coming out from that silent USP. Steel just refuses to die. Finally goes down, but he dinks him again. The shots. Fur 1, Fur 2. 10-10, Luminosity, Steel and Eco.
Steel wins that round for them, just playing inside that bomb site, staying alive. Not only that, but the damage that was done. He gets 1 kill, and he dinks both of those remaining players down to 30 HP. So what a brilliant round for Luminosity to win when they needed it most. And not only have they won an eco, but now, I mean, they got, you know, a free AK-47 out of it. They have all the money. They didn't have to spend money to win that round. So you can see that. I mean, they have the op and Fallen finally. They have 4 M4s, or 3 M4s behind it with that AK-47 on first. So this is looking like this is a chance for them to reset the economy completely of compLexity, who's bought out, but their money is so low. But it's going to be a B-rush. Cold's got to do some work, not able to do it.
So again, we're going to be seeing this push come in as we're stuck on a smoke. I've been informed by our producer, and Steel lighting him up. He's continuing that dominance, that headshotting that he was doing in the last round. He's going to be able to find some more damage this round with 3 big frags, and some people like to call him a bot. I like to think that he's a bit of a god.
Yeah, quickly just down to Automatic. So nice round from Steel. 3 kills. He's been a hero these past 2. Bolts gets taken out over in the chicken coop, but Automatic down to 17 HP. Doesn't even need to get taken out by an op, but Fallen chimes in for a kill in the round. 11-10, and now compLexity is going to be on the save round.
Everybody, put a little golf clap in chat there for Prius, our beautiful cameraman tonight, getting stuck on smokes. We love you, buddy.
Everyone makes that mistake.
We do. I used to do it all the time. It's just a visual bug from being in GoTV. It doesn't actually do it if you're live connected into the server spectating. But unfortunately, it does do it in GoTV. So sorry about that, guys. You missed a little bit of action in that round, but we're just going to go ahead and pick it up in the 7th round of the second half with Luminosity regaining the lead. So this one has been back and forth, but compLexity's money has been reset. So they're going to be on a save here. And this is a great opportunity for Luminosity to build up some economy and extend their lead a little bit.
Fur's playing very, very aggressive out towards these long A hills, knowing it's Nico. That nade comes out, but it looks like Simphus got out just in time, only down to 94 HP. That's going to prompt Fur to fall back. No pressure put on anywhere by complexity. It's only Valens with the flashbang. He's over towards mid. I imagine he's going to pop flash into this connector for teammates to try and find some early kills here. It's Steel who's holding the angle on the other side. And this is more than likely looking like it's going to be... Actually, I thought it would be a pinch, but these two players over towards B are just playing so far back waiting for pushes. So complexity completely fine with just sitting back right now and waiting out these smokes.
And there's the push they were looking for. They actually spot out Cold from behind this box back B. And look at the rotate that it actually prompts. Two players vacate the A bomb site, and this leaves Fallen by himself. And he's got an op, so he's going to have a hell of a lot of work, and he's not going to spot it in time. He's going to come under fire. They do manage to drop the bomb. Fallen does recover and is able to find that frag on Aroka. That got really scary for Fallen there for a second.
Yeah, well, he gets bailed out by Steel, who gets that first initial kill as they come up the ramp. And Steel's having himself one hell of a match as Fur ends off this eco round. He's sitting at 20-14. Fur's at 21-16. So those two together doing very, very well for Luminosity. On the other hand, it's Sanks and Automatic. And those are kind of the two, I mean, paired with Roka, I mean, Sanks and Automatic are the kind of the two young guns that were highly successful on the old Denial team before that broke up. But they've really shown that they're going to be young stars for this complexity team. And, I mean, those are the two big players I always see performing well when complexity pulls out a victory.
Right, and like you said in pregame, you know, with Warden calling the shots now in game for the complexity side, you expect to see Valens step up, and he has in previous matches, but he's 6-16 right now for complexity, so he really needs to step up at complexity. I mean, I'm actually surprised with the score line with a frag count like that. He does have 6 assists, so he's doing a pretty good job for his team, but with a score line like that, the complexity is even this close in this matchup. It's almost like playing a 4v5 right now because his frag count is just almost non-existent.
A lot of emphasis on this middle connector for Luminosity. Two players on the ramp. Steel, he's smoking off long A, but some players have already beaten him up, and he's actually very fortunate to get away surviving. A lot of shots come his way. He takes some damage. One has made it to the fence, but meanwhile, they've got the bomb down in the middle connector. That's huge from Luminosity. Nice aggressive play, and Bolts can get himself into a corner to kind of bail him out. And they might not know he's there, but it doesn't matter because Fallen's just cleaning things up. 2 kills for him. A third one. He swings out. He almost finds the fourth, but Steel's going to clean him up. Great defense from LG. Getting aggressive onto the ramp when the execute comes in, and a little bit of a goof for complexity to leave the bomb all alone down there. Just basically ends the round before they can even get started.
Yeah, and I mean, Cole or Steel, just a headshot animal right now. I mean, I'm pretty sure in the last couple of rounds that we've seen him either get kills in or do damage in, it's been pretty much all headshots, all stemming from that silent USP round where he killed one player with a headshot, dinked 2 others, and look at his aggression. What is that, Fur? What the hell is that? He just barrels on through mid through a smoke. The anticipation for that B strategy on this eco round push is clairvoyant. Fur, huge play from him getting that early pick for LG, and now it should just be a mop-up at the B bomb site. As you can see, Cold 1 and 2, looking for a 30. He is going to get dinked. They're going to push him, and he's looking for another one. He's going to have to fall back, but Roka does manage to clean him out. Bolts is going to be there for the trade. 14-10, Luminosity in the driver's seat.
Yeah, these past 2 rounds, Luminosity's gotten aggressive at the right moment. Really, I mean, catching complexity off guard. As soon as they want to execute onto one of these bomb sites, it's LG being the aggressors. Last round, it was them taking over that middle connector and just dropping the bomb before the long A hit could come in. This round, it's a pop flash and Cole pushing up behind a smoke and spamming some people through it. So, really nicely done by Luminosity, taking the fight to complexity inside these choke points and getting multiple kills that way.
And again, we'll see what kind of aggression comes out here from Fur. We see him do this time and time again. We saw it on Overpass a couple of weeks ago when we saw Luminosity play. They actually lost that matchup, but Fur on the CT side, he would gather so much information, even on Mirage, even though we didn't really see it in the Mirage matchup against Conquest. On their CT side, he gathers so much information from these just absurd, aggressive plays you just don't expect whatsoever, and that's one of the things that I love about his play style is the fact that he will push in and just play like an animal like that. Just go for the peaks, go for it all for naught, and ends up winning those battles.
Well, speaking of animal, Fallen getting highly aggressive, finding a crack in the smoke with Molotovs burning all around him, eliminates Automatic. Now the attack is coming down drop, but Steel, the other member who's been just a beast this entire match, he grabs one more into Sank, so quickly down to a 5-on-3, but 2 members for complexity are still down drop, so they can't just forget about it right now, and there's Fallen with the second kill. Nicely done from him. Cold's going to push in. He finds Valens just chilling, drops him stone cold, and it's just going to be Roka who falls to Bolts. Can't do anything whatsoever. That's a clean sweep for Luminosity, up to 15-10. 5 match points for them, and complexity, they have dropped the ball here in the second half.
Yeah, they really haven't figured out what to do here on their Sarah's side. I mean, it's just rough. They got 2 rounds there, and things looked kind of on the up for them. They look like they might have something, planned or figured out, but just tough stuff. And look at this. They actually throw the AWP over to Cold, who's got the spawn for B, so he's going to probably get up on back plat and go for that AWP peek. I'd actually be surprised if he didn't. Yeah, he's just going to barrel on in there. And this is good. He's going to beat everybody over in this area.
Yeah, Burr's even going to delay him over towards these long A holes, so desperation by a buy they have to make. complexity really light on utility, only 2 smokes, one on Valens, one on Sempus. They're going to try and have some success over towards mid, but Bolts is just chilling. I mean, he's playing with Steel, and these 2 guys, they're just going to wait for him to hear any kind of information in that middle connector, and then you're going to see a pop flash come out from Steel. So Bolts with low HP, I mean, if he can get some blind kills, that'd be huge, but first playing on these steps, he's got to time this very well, because you can hear footsteps, he's being surrounded, so Steel rotates over to bail him out, he gets into a fight. They're able to get 2, but they're traded off. So 3 on 3 now, but it's Bolts who's going to be the saving grace. If this bomb carrier does not check this, which he doesn't, that's the bomb down a connector one more time, but he gets traded off by Sanks. That's a good find.
This rotation already coming in, though. You can see Sanks is going to be at the top side of mid. He's going to get naded out. He's by the APC. He's going to peek out, and he actually finds Fallen. But there's Cold. 1v1. This is for all the marbles right here. Can complexity stay alive? Automatic going to work his way in through the double doors, and right on the other side of this smoke is going to be Cold, so he switched his position up a little bit, but he doesn't realize that that bomb has worked its way towards the B bomb site, but he's going to get flanked out, and this is automatic. 1 versus 1. This is a huge play. Cold, where are you going to go? Oh, he gets his back, but he misses the shot. Goes for the repeak. 1v1, and he hits it. That's going to be it. 16-10 as LG take it. What a 1v2 clutch from Cold. And that is just going to be a massive match. Great showing from both Fur and Steel. And obviously the rest of LG, the recovery that they had, they were up 7-1, dropped 7 in a row going into that second half, and then they were just able to stabilize their economy, get things rolling, and finish them off.
Yeah, it looked very close due to that comeback in the first half, but I mean, Luminosity just never looked back. Once they got started in the second half, it was just off from there. That 1 versus 2 clutch at the end from Cold, that shot he misses, that like free kill. That's when you're you're playing in a one-on-one and you're just like, oh my god, I cannot believe I just did that. But he keeps his composure. Nicely done from Cold. And really all of Luminosity is Steel and Fur with big matches tonight. Cold obviously with some big rounds. Fallen's opping still is very, very strong. So good show out of them, recovering from losing 7 rounds in a row. And complexity, good T half, but just couldn't recover on the good CT half. Just couldn't recover on that T half.
Absolutely. So that's actually going to do it for us this evening, guys, here for ESL ESEA TV Season 2 coverage of Pro League. We'll be back tomorrow night with some more action. We've got a lot more matches for you. I think we're actually going to do another match on the second stream. That's how many matches we have tomorrow. So join us again. I believe it's going to be Blue and Moses bringing you the action on the main stream. I'm going to be over on the secondary stream. And we got a hell of a lot of CS for you this week.
I don't think so. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow's not the doubled update.
What? Holden messaged me on Skype and said, "Can you do a secondary stream tomorrow?"
They might have added it, and it's just not on the schedule quite yet. So that might be something that's in the works. But as of now,
you're freaking me out now, Jason.
Well, I mean, let me. We'll talk to him tonight, obviously. But let me tell you, the first match tomorrow is going to be nuts. That's Cloud9 at 5-1 versus Team Liquid 5-1. So if there was ever a match to watch, that's going to be the first one tomorrow night. That's going to be sick. Really excited for that one. But once again, thanks for tuning in tonight. A lot of good matches this evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.